Okay, everyone. So today I want to show how I did the validation rule for my zip codes for the property object. So I'm gonna use a VLOOKUP function. So before we create the validation rule, we want to make sure that we have a custom object where we import all the zip codes, because we are going to look through these zip codes to find the correct zip code and to match it with our property state. So once you have your custom object and you already imported all the zip codes you need, you can go ahead into your property object and then create a validation rule. Here I gave a name, a simple description that we are validating matching the zip code with the state. And in here we have the VLOOKUP function. So I already created my formula, but if you go here under functions, you can find a VLOOKUP function, and if you insert it, it will give you like a starting point. So on the first parameter, so VLOOKUP function has 3 parameters. On the first parameters, this is the field that we want to get or check. So I want to return a state field from my custom object, and the second parameter is always going to be your name of your zip code custom object, and the third one is the value that we are looking up. So the third one is going to be the zip code field from the property object. And so when you want to enter your parameters, so you want to just remove that, and then you want to go here, you want to choose object type, and under zip code, the first thing that I want field on the lookup is the state, and that's how you enter state. So it matches my first one that I already did, and the field on the lookup object is going to be the zip code custom object, so it's always going to be the name. So I have it here. So here we have the zip code custom object, and then the third one is the lookup value. So we're gonna check the zip code, and this is gonna be from the property object. So whenever you enter the zip code here, it's gonna look in the custom object that we have, so where we imported all the zip codes, and if there is a match, it's gonna return a state. So then the next portion of this is because validation rule checks if certain expression is true or false, we're gonna turn this formula into an expression by comparing it, right? So I will say if this formula returns true, and then I'm gonna go insert not equal. Oops. Oh, okay. Well, I actually already have it here. We are gonna compare to the state field on my property object. So it's basically gonna check if the zip code matches the state, and if it's true, then it's gonna be valid. But if it's an error, then it's gonna give you this error message. The zip code doesn't match the state. Yeah, so then I'm just gonna save this. Oh, and you can always check the syntax. I already did, so it didn't give me any errors. And I go back here, and I have here the DC state and zip code, but we can try any other zip code. So this is basically the list of zip codes that I entered. I can try to put, for example, let's see, California. Let's say I enter the record, I put California, but the zip code is from Washington, D.C. So we're gonna check, and it's giving me an error, right? Zip code doesn't match the state. But here I can also do California zip code, so that I say, well, then here's California zip code, and it should match with the state. But we're still gonna get the error because I did not import any California zip codes. I only imported Washington, D.C. zip code. So I'm gonna enter the Washington, D.C. and it saves. I can also try a different state. So I have here, after DC, I have Virginia. For example, Virginia, let's take this one, 111. So if I put here, let's say I still have the correct zip code from my object, but I have a Virginia state here. I enter, and there's an error because the zip code doesn't match the state. But I can put here, I will put here Virginia, and I will put in the zip code, I think it was 111, and I will save. Okay, here now it saves. So basically the state and zip code always has to match, and it's good for when you are entering the correct value. You don't want any kind of errors in your record. That's it for today. Thank you.